Hello, YouTube family. Thank you for joining me for episode 8. Oh my God, we had 8 episodes of The Doc is In. Today, I'm going to be talking about something that I think a lot of people struggle with or deal with, and that's substance use issues. So, I am proud to say that I am a former drinker. I have not had a drink in a very, very long time, probably since like 2014 or 2015. I want to make sure I'm not lying. Yeah, like 2014 or 2015. Um, so I, um, when I decided to go back for a master's in social work, I really wanted to learn how to work with people who had issues like the ones that I'd seen. So I'd seen drinking all my life. It was never something that I struggled with like growing up because I think it was just like it was always there. There was alcohol in the house because we're Southern and you prepare just in case guests drop by. So there's always something in the cabinet. So growing up, when I had friends who were like, "Oh, we're sneaking a bottle of XYZ," for me, that was never really a thrill because, hey, it's sitting right there at the house. If I wanted it, I could have drank it. I just don't really want it. Um, the catch of it all was just that I think around college, especially, and this is not one of those things where I'm directly correlating the fact that I pledged to drinking. That's not it. I just began drinking. It was fun. It was a social lubricant, as I said. I was kind of quiet, but then I mean, yeah, if I got some drinks in me, I can get rowdy. And I mean, back then I was much heavier than I am now. So when I would drink it. I could drink most people under the table. Except for one person who gave me a run for my money, oddly enough, and actually now she looks amazing as well. She's slimmed down quite a bit, and that's shout outs to Shauna. But yeah, she drank me under the table for real. Like people, they just couldn't hang with us. They tried it. Usually, they ended up being carried out, and I'm not gonna say no names on that one. But what a good time we had then. Okay. um, uh, that time was a lot of fun and I enjoyed it, but I think that for me, it was always the next day when you really catch the fullness of what you've just done to yourself. Um, a friend of mine is a DJ, and I remember one night we went to see him, and he put on a great set as always. Rockaway, he put on a great set as always. We had a great time, and I just remember there was like a drink special that night, and it was like a drink in like a red Solo cup, and you got like a shot on the side, and it was like maybe $5, and I'm just like, God, what are they giving us? And I just remember drinking and drinking and drinking, and it got to a point where I really don't remember what happened that night. I have to go on what I was told. So I was told that it got to a point where I was just like taking people's drinks out of their hand and just finishing them off. I think somebody made me sit down. Thankfully, God bless whoever did that. Back then, I remember the stanky leg was like was out then, and I just remember trying to do it while sitting in a chair. Again, the night comes and goes. It's like blurs, but like that night, if you had asked me if I had a good time, I'd have been like, it was awesome. And like the next morning, I woke up in my car feeling like death. It was real bad. So, like I just remember going all through, college. When I finished that and went into my professional career, I would drink a lot. As I mentioned in the grief video, when my first nephew died, when my second nephew, I'm sorry, passed away at like 9 months. That was a hard one, and I leaned on drinking heavy, like, and we were drinking super duper heavy. But as I said, when I was dealing with that, I was just like, man, we gotta find a better way. We can't do this. And so I pretty much stopped drinking right around that time. But when I went back to school and began to study for my master's in social work, and I really did a focus on substance use and really saw that what it did, I was like, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I'm not going to go in a counseling session and be like, oh, you should stop drinking. And then I'm in my car with a flask, guzzling my life away. I really wanted to set a good example and, really do what I was telling other people to do. So with drinking, I mean, I got to see firsthand how bad it is. I mean, honestly, some things that are, illegal should probably be legalized. It's not that, and not as bad as drinking. To watch somebody go through DTs from drinking, the possibility of stroke, seizures, shakes. I've seen patients literally shaking like a leaf throughout a whole session because they were on alcohol. And in my mind, it's like, wow, this is alcohol. This is legal. You can buy this anywhere, you know? And it's just one of those things where alcohol is so widely accepted and it's so, you know, it's almost encouraged to some extent. When I first stopped drinking, I cannot tell you the number of people who were like, "Oh, you don't drink anymore? Oh, really? Not even one little one?" And for them, and God bless them, they were just being social, but at the same time, it's like, this were cocaine, would you be like, "Really? You don't want to take just a little bump? Come on, catch this little bump. That's it." You know, it's like, no, it's bad. It's bad just like everything else. And when you find yourself super dependent on anything, it's bad. Okay. I was like, I hate when people try to justify like, oh, my addiction isn't as bad as yours because mine is legal. It's still bad. I believe that food is an addiction as well. I believe food is an addiction. I treated it as such for myself because I had to ask myself, just like I tell patients with alcohol, what are you numbing with this substance of choice? Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. You're numbing something, you're not dealing with something, and you're choosing something else to just push it down, mask it, make you forget. Food does that for a lot of people. I mean, food, alcohol, drugs, and I've heard, oh, gosh, countless patients say, well, it's just alcohol, it's just beer. I mean, look, I don't care if it's chicken sticks. If they got you shaking when you don't get them, that's an addiction. You should look into that. You need to get help. Okay? For everybody out there, again, look, you're an adult. I can't tell you what to do or not do, but I'm going to tell you from a place of love, if you can't get through a day without a drink, if you can't get through a day without a blunt, if you can't get through a day without a bump, a hit, a shot, whatever, listen, get some help because help is there and it's available. There's help whether or not you're insured, whether you're a man or a woman, young or old. Seek out the help you need. There is never, ever anything wrong about getting help. There's no weakness in saying, I need some help for this issue that I'm having. I was able to do it basically on will. I said I didn't want to drink anymore and I meant it. And I just never drank again. But honestly, I will also say I don't feel like I was ever that committed to drinking. I could stop drinking and not have shakes. I could stop drinking and not be at risk for a seizure. But it's when I did drink, I overdid the thing. And it was never, oh, let me have a cup of something and sit down. It was, I'm bartending and I'm going to have 6, 7, 8 cups of something. And then I'm going to crawl to wherever I can go and sit down or lean up against and keep myself together for the rest of the evening. There is such a thing as too much alcohol. There is such a thing as too much anything, okay? I want to encourage everybody to get the help you need, okay? If you're addicted to anything, there's no shame, okay? Somebody else around you probably already knows, but they just don't know how to approach you about it. Maybe they love you too much to tell you that, but I'm telling you this, if you really love somebody, you'll have that hard conversation, all right? I love y'all. Be well. Be in good mental health. Love yourself. Love somebody else. We'll all be better for it.